Are you and your partner truly prepared for what's coming in the future of relationships? Because let's be honest, love isn't what it used to be. We live in a world of swipe culture, endless distractions, emotional burnout, and digital overload. And while everyone talks about finding the one, very few talk about keeping that connection alive in the chaos of today's world. So ask yourself, is your relationship just surviving or is it evolving? In this video, we're not here to give you fluffy, outdated advice. We're going to uncover what smart couples are doing right now in 2025 to stay connected, aligned, and emotionally bulletproof. These aren't theories. They're real, proven techniques that couples are using to adapt, grow, and love with intention in a time when relationships are more vulnerable than ever before. You'll discover how to set modern boundaries with technology so your partner never feels ignored. You'll learn how emotionally intelligent couples resolve conflict not by yelling or shutting down, but by understanding the why behind the reaction. We'll talk about building intimacy that doesn't fade with routine and creating a shared vision that keeps you walking the same path. But before we dive in, here's the question I want you to hold on to. If your relationship were a house, is it built with straw, wood, or bricks? Because the storm is coming. Stress, time, change, and temptation. What you learn in the next 25 minutes could be the difference between a connection that collapses and a love that lasts. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you won't just feel inspired, you'll feel equipped. Let's future-proof your relationship, starting right now. The future of love isn't just about new dating apps or trendy ways to say, I love you. It's about how relationships are evolving in the face of rapid technological advances, shifting societal norms, and the pressures of a fast-paced world. As we move into 2025, love is being reshaped by everything from AI and social media to the way we communicate, work, and even experience intimacy. First, let's talk about technology's role in relationships. It's no secret that tech has become a massive part of our daily lives, but now it's influencing how we connect with our partners. Digital love languages are emerging where couples show affection through likes, shares, emojis, and even virtual dates. But with all this connectivity, the challenge becomes finding a balance. How do we ensure we're not prioritizing screen time over quality time together? The most successful couples in 2025 will be those who embrace technology without letting it take over their personal lives. They will use it to enhance their relationships, whether through shared digital goals, virtual intimacy, or creating space for tech-free moments. On the other hand, we can't ignore the impact of social media. Platforms like Instagram and TikTok have made us more connected than ever, but they've also made us more vulnerable. With relationship drama playing out publicly, it's no wonder many couples are rethinking how they present their love to the world. The trend we're seeing in 2025 is privacy. Couples are increasingly choosing to keep their love life offline, away from the watchful eyes of followers and commenters. This allows them to cultivate a deeper, more authentic connection without the pressures of living up to social media expectations. Furthermore, emotional intelligence is becoming the cornerstone of long-lasting relationships. The focus is shifting from surface-level connection to something deeper. Couples who are aware of each other's emotional needs, triggers, and stress points will thrive. It's not just about communication anymore. It's about understanding the psychology of your partner and reacting with empathy and emotional maturity. The rise of mental health awareness is also contributing to this shift as more people realize that a relationship can only succeed when both partners are emotionally well. Finally, remote work and the flexibility of the modern work environment have also played a major role. As couples spend more time working from home, it's creating new dynamics. While some couples face challenges with boundaries between personal and professional lives, others are finding new ways to bond through shared time, like cooking together or taking breaks to exercise. This trend is likely to continue, with couples finding creative ways to make their love lives as flexible as their work schedules. In 2025, the future of love will be about finding harmony between technology and intimacy, public and private, emotional needs, and personal growth. The couples who thrive will be those who aren't afraid to adapt, who know how to use the tools of the modern world while maintaining a deep, real connection with each other. Smart couples in 2025 aren't just surviving the modern relationship landscape, they're thriving in it. What sets them apart isn't luck, money, or perfect compatibility. It's mindset, awareness, and intentional action. These couples understand that love today requires more than just romance. It demands strategy, effort, and emotional maturity. They've moved beyond the old myths of happily ever after and instead focus on building something sustainable, grounded, and real. First, smart couples communicate differently. They don't wait for arguments to explode before addressing their problems. Instead, they have regular emotional check-ins where they ask questions like, "How are we doing?" or "What can I do to support you better?" These conversations aren't dramatic. They're consistent, calm, and deeply connecting. Instead of reacting with anger or silence, they respond with curiosity. They try to understand before trying to be understood. Another thing they do differently is manage conflict with emotional intelligence. They've learned how to pause during a disagreement, take responsibility for their emotions, and choose their words wisely. They don't aim to win fights, they aim to protect the connection. These couples know that how they argue matters more than what they argue about. Their focus is always on resolution, not blame. Smart couples also prioritize quality time, not just being in the same room, but being present. They schedule tech-free time together, even if it's just 20 minutes a day. Whether it's a walk, a meal, or simply lying on the couch and talking, they know that consistent presence builds trust. They've learned that connection is built in the small moments, not just grand gestures. They also evolve together. Rather than resisting change, they embrace personal growth and support each other through it. Whether it's a new job, a mindset shift, or healing past trauma, they walk the journey side by side. They treat each other like partners in a mission, not just lovers in a fairy tale. Growth is seen as a shared experience, not a threat. Lastly, smart couples have clear boundaries with technology and external influences. They don't let the noise of the world drown out their connection. They protect their privacy, avoid comparing their relationship to others, and focus on what works for them. What smart couples do differently isn't magic, it's awareness, it's discipline, and it's choosing each other again and again in a world full of distractions. One of the most powerful tools for building a strong relationship isn't a grand romantic gesture or a fancy couples retreat. It's a digital detox. Smart couples are setting tech boundaries that protect their connection because they've realized something critical. Constant connectivity doesn't equal deeper intimacy. In fact, when left unchecked, technology can silently erode trust, presence, and emotional availability. We live in an age where it's normal to scroll during dinner, answer emails in bed, and check notifications during serious conversations. But what starts as harmless habits can quickly become barriers to real intimacy. That's why the most resilient couples are adopting the digital detox rule, a simple, intentional decision to reclaim their time and attention from the devices that constantly compete for it. This doesn't mean tossing your phones away or deleting every app. It means creating clear shared boundaries. For example, no phones during meals, a tech-free hour before bedtime, weekend mornings spent together without screens. These aren't restrictions, they're investments in connection. When both partners agree to unplug, even for a little while, it sends a powerful message. You matter more than the outside world right now. Couples who follow this rule report stronger communication, more eye contact, and deeper emotional conversations. They're more attuned to each other's body language, tone, and energy because they're not distracted. They laugh more, they argue less, they feel seen. And in a world where attention is currency, giving each other undivided presence is one of the most loving things you can do. The digital detox also reduces comparison. Social media often creates unrealistic standards and subtle insecurities. By stepping away from curated highlight reels and focusing on their own relationship, couples are able to appreciate their real, imperfect love story instead of chasing illusions. Importantly, this rule works best when it's mutual and flexible. It's not about control, it's about shared commitment. Talk about your boundaries, decide together what works, and hold each other accountable with kindness. Ultimately, the digital detox rule isn't about rejecting technology, it's about mastering it. Because when you control your devices instead of letting them control you, you create the space for your relationship to breathe, grow, and thrive. In a world that's always online, true love is found in logging off together. Emotional intimacy is the invisible thread that holds a relationship together long after the butterflies fade and the excitement of the honeymoon phase wears off. In 2025, couples are beginning to realize that emotional closeness, not just physical attraction or shared interests, is what truly sustains long-term love. It's not just about saying, "I love you," it's about feeling deeply understood, seen, and safe in each other's presence. In a world filled with surface-level interactions and digital distractions, emotional intimacy has become a rare and priceless gift. It's the ability to open up without fear of judgment, to express your fears, dreams, and insecurities, knowing your partner won't run away, but lean in closer. Smart couples are no longer satisfied with small talk or shallow connection. They crave depth, vulnerability, and honesty, and they're doing the work to get there. Building this level of closeness doesn't happen by accident. It starts with creating space for real conversations. Conversations that go beyond daily logistics or weekend plans. It means asking questions like, "What's been weighing on you lately?" Or "When did you feel most supported this week?" It also means listening, not just to respond, but to truly understand. When your partner shares, don't rush to fix, solve, or give advice. Just be there. Validate their emotions. Let them know they're not alone. Emotional intimacy also grows through shared vulnerability. That means letting your guard down, even when it's uncomfortable. It means talking about your past, your pain, your struggles, and trusting your partner with the parts of you that you don't show the world. And when both partners do this consistently, something powerful happens. A sense of us against the world begins to form. A quiet strength, a bond that no external pressure can break. Another key to emotional closeness is emotional safety. That means creating an environment where your partner feels respected, heard, and accepted. Criticism, sarcasm, and dismissiveness kill intimacy, but kindness, patience, and reassurance help it thrive. In 2025, with so many distractions and pressures pulling couples apart, emotional intimacy is the anchor. It's the secret glue that keeps love alive through every season. Joy, struggle, change, and growth. When two people feel emotionally connected, they can face anything together, because in the end, love isn't just about being close, it's about feeling close. And that's a choice couples make every single day. Conflict is inevitable in every relationship, but how couples handle it makes all the difference between growing stronger together or slowly drifting apart. In 2025, smart couples aren't avoiding conflict, they're mastering it. They've discovered that the goal isn't to win the argument, it's to protect the connection. And that requires new tools, deeper awareness, and a shared commitment to emotional maturity. The first conflict resolution hack that really works is the pause. When emotions are high and voices start rising, smart couples know it's time to take a breath. Literally. Pausing, even for just 30 seconds, can prevent a conversation from spiraling into a full-blown fight. In that moment, you're giving your nervous system time to regulate, your thoughts time to catch up, and your heart time to remember, this is someone I love, not my enemy. The second hack is using I statements instead of you accusations. For example, instead of saying, "You never listen to me," you say, "I feel unheard when I'm speaking and you're on your phone." It shifts the focus from blame to your own feelings, making it easier for your partner to respond with empathy instead of defensiveness. Another key strategy is timing. Smart couples don't argue in the heat of the moment or when they're hungry, tired, or stressed. They pick their battles and their timing. If something needs to be addressed, they wait until both partners are calm and ready to talk with clarity. That's when real resolution happens. Then comes one of the most underrated hacks, listening to understand, not to reply. This means being fully present when your partner is speaking, not formulating your comeback or rebuttal, just listening, nodding, asking follow-up questions, and repeating back what you heard to show that you get it. When people feel heard, they soften. they open. That's where healing starts. Finally, smart couples end conflicts with reassurance. Even if they disagree, they reaffirm the relationship. We may not see eye to eye on this, but I still love you, or we'll figure this out together. That creates emotional safety and reminds both partners that the relationship is bigger than any one disagreement. In 2025, healthy conflict is no longer about fighting to be right, it's about fighting for each other. With the right mindset and simple, intentional tools, every argument becomes a chance to grow closer instead of pulling away. In today's fast-moving world where personal ambitions, career changes, and constant distractions can pull people in different directions, smart couples are learning that one of the most powerful things they can do is create a shared vision for their relationship. It's no longer enough to simply love each other and hope things work out. In 2025, lasting love is intentional, and couples who last are those who plan, dream, and build together. A shared vision doesn't mean sacrificing individuality. It means blending two life paths into one aligned journey. It's about sitting down and asking each other, where are we going? What do we want our life to look like in 1 year, 5 years, or even 20? When couples have a common direction, they feel like a team. They become partners, not just in love, but in purpose. Creating a shared vision starts with honest conversations about values. What matters most to each of you? Is it family, freedom, travel, faith, health, impact? When couples understand each other's core values, they can build a life that supports both partners' emotional and spiritual needs. It's about finding the sweet spot where your dreams overlap and nurturing that space with intention. Another key is setting relationship goals, just like people set personal or career goals. That could mean saving for a house, starting a business together, committing to weekly date nights, or building a family culture rooted in trust and love. These goals become anchors that keep the relationship grounded during life's inevitable storms. Smart couples also revisit and update their vision regularly, because people change, circumstances change, and a shared vision should evolve, not stay frozen. They check in with each other, realign and adjust as needed because they know that a flexible plan is stronger than a rigid one. In a time when many relationships are reactive, couples with a shared vision are proactive. They don't just hope things get better, they create better. Together, they dream out loud, they support each other's growth, they face challenges as a united front, because they know what they're building is bigger than any one obstacle. In the modern love story, isn't written by chance. It's designed with purpose. And when two people have a clear vision for their future, they don't just survive the chaos of the world, they rise above it, stronger and more connected than ever. Relationships face new challenges, and that means red flags are evolving too. While the classics like lying, controlling behavior, and lack of communication still matter, modern red flags are often more subtle, tech-influenced, and emotionally complex. The couples who last are the ones who recognize these signs early, take them seriously, and act with awareness, not denial. One of the biggest red flags today is emotional unavailability, masters busyness. In a fast-paced world, it's easy to brush off a partner's lack of presence with excuses like, I'm just swamped with work, or I'm overwhelmed right now. But if someone constantly avoids deep conversations, shows no interest in your inner world, or makes you feel like an afterthought, you're not in a relationship, you're in a convenience. Another red flag is hyper-dependence on digital validation. If your partner is obsessed with likes, DMs, or constantly comparing your relationship to influencers or TikTok couples, that's a warning sign. It can create unrealistic expectations and distract from building a genuine, grounded connection. Relationships thrive on real-life presence, not online performance. Ghosting during conflict is another 2025 red flag. Disappearing instead of working through problems, going silent for days without communication, is emotional manipulation. It erodes trust and creates fear-based attachment. Healthy partners don't vanish when it gets hard, they lean in, even when it's uncomfortable. Beware of subtle disrespect disguised as jokes. In 2025, sarcasm and passive-aggressive humor are common ways people express hostility without accountability. If your partner constantly makes funny digs at your appearance, intelligence, or dreams, and then says you're too sensitive, that's a form of emotional invalidation, Also watch for boundary blindness. If someone constantly dismisses your limits, pressures you to move faster than you're ready for, or refuses to take no for an answer, it's not romantic persistence, it's a red flag. Respect is the foundation of love. Without it, everything else crumbles. Finally, future faking is on the rise. It's when someone paints a perfect future, with you talking about marriage, kids, or moving in, but takes zero real steps to make it happen. It's designed to keep you hooked while they avoid commitment. In 2025, recognizing red flags means protecting your peace, energy, and future. Because love isn't just about chemistry, it's about consistency, clarity, and character. The smartest couples don't ignore warning signs. They use them as turning points, either to fix what's broken or walk away with wisdom. Future-proofing your love in 2025 isn't about having a perfect relationship. It's about creating a resilient one. In a world where change is constant, distractions are everywhere, and modern life pulls couples in countless directions, the key to lasting love is intentionality. It's waking up every day and choosing your partner again, not because it's always easy, but because it's always worth it. The couples who stand the test of time aren't the ones who never fight or never struggle. They're the ones who grow together, who treat their relationship like something alive, something that needs time, attention, and care. They communicate openly even when it's uncomfortable. They support each other's dreams even when paths diverge. They prioritize quality time even when schedules are full. And they forgive again and again because they know that love is messy, but it's also powerful. Future-proofing your love means building trust that's stronger than temptation, patience that's deeper than pride, and a friendship that keeps you laughing even during life's hardest seasons. It's learning your partner's love language and speaking it fluently. It's remembering that passion may flicker, but connection is what keeps the flame alive. In 2025, it's also about protecting your relationship from outside noise. That means setting boundaries with technology, limiting comparison to social media couples, and shutting out toxic influences that create doubt. It means focusing more on your story and less on the highlight reels of others. Smart couples also invest in growth, whether it's couples therapy, relationship books, retreats, or simply asking each other deep questions regularly. They're constantly evolving because a relationship that doesn't grow eventually outgrows itself. But perhaps the most important part of future-proofing your love is showing up daily, intentionally, wholeheartedly. It's the little things. The random I love you, the tight hugs, the hand squeezes during hard times, and the shared silence that feels safe instead of awkward. In the end, the future will change, seasons will shift, life will test you. But when two people commit not just to being together, but to becoming better together, no storm is too strong. Love, when nurtured with effort and intention, becomes not just a feeling, but a force. And in that force, your relationship becomes unshakable, unstoppable, and truly timeless. As we wrap up this journey on how to future-proof your relationship, let's end with a powerful truth. Lasting love is not found, it's built. Every strong couple you admire didn't just get lucky. They put in the effort, faced the storms, learned from the friction, and kept choosing each other even when it wasn't convenient. And you can do the same. In 2025, with all the noise, temptation, and fast-paced living, real love stands out. It's not about perfection, it's about presence. It's not about avoiding problems, it's about growing through them. And the one tip every couple must remember: make connection a daily habit. Just like brushing your teeth or checking your phone, emotional connection has to be part of your routine. Don't wait for anniversaries or crises to show love. Do the small, consistent things. 5 minutes of undivided attention, a kind message during the day, a genuine compliment, or asking, "How can I support you today?" These tiny acts create a foundation stronger than grand romantic gestures. They say, "I see you. I choose you. I'm here." The best part? You don't need to be perfect to make love last. You just need to be willing to grow, to listen, to change, and to love in a way that evolves with time. Relationships don't fail because people change, they fail because people stop growing together. So, as you move forward, ask yourself, what's one thing I can do today to bring us closer, then do it. Every day. That's how love is built in 2025. Not by chance, but by choice. And when both people are committed to that kind of love, the future doesn't feel uncertain, it feels unstoppable.